After some time the king returned to his palace and saw that the prophecy was fulfilled. And the child married to his daughter. "How has that come to pass?" said he. "I gave quite another order in my letter." So the queen gave him the letter, and said that he might see for himself what was written in it. The king read the letter and saw quite well that it had been exchanged for the other. He asked the youth what had become of the letter entrusted to him, and why he had brought another instead of it. "I know nothing about it," answered he. "It must have been changed in the night, when I slept in the forest." The king said in a passion, "You shall not have everything quite so much your own way. Whosoever marries my daughter must fetch me from hell 3 golden hairs from the head of the devil. Bring me what I want, and you shall keep my daughter." In this way the king hoped to be rid of him forever. But the child of good fortune answered, "I will fetch the golden hairs. I am not afraid of the devil." Whereupon he took leave of them and began his journey. The road led him to a large town, where the watchman by the gates asked him what his trade was, and what he knew. "I know everything," answered the child of good fortune. "Then you can do us a favor," said the watchman. "If you will tell us why our market fountain, which once flowed with wine, has become dry, and no longer gives even water." "That you shall know," answered he. "Only wait until I come back." Then he went farther and came to another town. And there also the gatekeeper asked him what was his trade, and what he knew. "I know everything," answered he. "Then you can do us a favor and tell us why a tree in our town which once bore golden apples now does not even put forth leaves." "You shall know that," answered he. "Only wait until I come back." Then he went on and came to a wide river over which he must cross. The ferryman asked him what his trade was, and what he knew. "I know everything," answered he. "Then you can do me a favor," said the ferryman, "and tell me why I must always be rowing backwards and forwards, and am never set free." "You shall know that," answered he. "Only wait until I come back." When he had crossed the water he found the entrance to hell. It was black and sooty within, and the devil was not at home, but his grandmother was sitting in a large armchair. "What do you want?" said she to him. But she did not look so very wicked. "I should like to have 3 golden hairs from the devil's head," answered he. "Else I cannot keep my wife." "That is a good deal to ask for," said she. "If the devil comes home and finds you, it will cost you your life. But as I pity you, I will see if I cannot help you." She changed him into an ant and said, "Creep into the folds of my dress. You will be safe there." "Yes," answered he. "So far, so good. But there are 3 things besides that I want to know. Why a fountain which once flowed with wine has become dry, and no longer gives even water. Why a tree which once bore golden apples does not even put forth leaves. And why a ferryman must always be going backwards and forwards, and is never set free." "Those are difficult questions," answered she. "But just be silent and quiet and pay attention to what the devil says when I pull out the 3 golden hairs." As the evening came on, the devil returned home. No sooner had he entered than he noticed that the air was not pure. "I smell man's flesh," said he. "All is not right here." Then he pried into every corner, and searched, but could not find anything. His grandmother scolded him. "It has just been swept," said she, "and everything put in order. And now you are upsetting it again. You have always got man's flesh in your nose. Sit down and eat your supper."